Hello, everybody. Uh, there are a few of you still logging on. Um, I'm trying to get the Facebook Live thing going, but I'm not 100% certain we got it. Looks like we've got it. Gonna just chit chat for a couple minutes just to give people a chance to log on. We have a few people joining us via Facebook, and then some joining us on YouTube. So it's going to be kind of crazy here for a couple minutes. I've got some help making sure I don't miss any questions or comments because we want to be able to answer any of those questions. Pastor Steve's on. Tabitha, good to see you. Pastor Murphy's on. Looks like we're getting there. So I won't keep you long, but I want to give people a few minutes to log on. Hi, Erica. Good to see you. And the Van Wyck clan, I'm presuming. Doing these live videos is a little tricky for me because I really need my bifocal to be able to see things better. So if you see me kick my head back, that's why I'm trying to read names and see who's all logging in. Hi, Jill, Michelle, good to see you guys. Karen, good. Hi, Rachel. If you're on YouTube and you can and you want to say hi, please do. Just if you're in the the YouTube window, you can put it in the comments there. Again, you've got to have a Facebook, a YouTube subscription if you don't have that yet. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. And again, we're just letting Audrey, good to see you as well. Letting people join. Suttons are on. Good to see the Suttons. And we're just doing our best here to give a couple minutes. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to kill just a couple minutes. Hi, Aaron. Thanks for joining us. Kathy. Hi, Ruthie. Good to see you. Larry and Lucy. Good to see you guys. I'm going to kill just a couple of minutes, making sure everybody has a chance to get on because everything we're going to say applies to a lot of people. Gil and Barb, hi. Good to see you guys joining us. Hope everybody's enjoying this beautiful weather. I walked out this morning and was pleasantly surprised at how warm it was. We've been monitoring a pair of doves in our tree just outside of our window, and the baby is big enough now to climb out on a branch, so that's kind of fun. And now we're watching a couple of robins do the same thing in the same window. All the Barnes clan are here. Good to see you guys. Thanks for saying hi. Again, if you're on YouTube and you want to say hi, please do so. I'm trying to get everybody as I see, but I could miss somebody pretty easily. I'm only going to wait maybe about one more minute just to give everybody a chance to get logged in. And we didn't give you a huge warning. Didn't get a huge warning. I just got an update from Caleb saying the baby flew away. So the bird has left the nest. Linda, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. All right, well, we're going to get going. Let me first take this opportunity to just say something, just kind of heart to heart for just a minute. I want to thank you guys so much for your faithfulness, for your support, for your encouragement, the notes that you send us along the way. They mean so much to us. Just a little note that slipped in with your giving or a card. Some of you have sent love gifts, and man, we are blessed. And we want you to know, as a pastoral team, we love you guys, and we really, really are grateful for how you guys have handled this whole situation. It's new for all of us. None of us really know what we're doing. We're doing our best along the way, and we've been learning and trying to get better at what we're doing. in this time of social distancing. I also want to comment, thank you so much for being faithful in your giving. Our regular offerings have been pretty close to normal. We haven't seen a trail off or a decline much. There's a little bit down here and there, but really looks really good. And I'm so thankful to get those offering reports each week and just praise God for that. Our missions giving quarterly, last quarter we were pretty good. Those of you who are missions minded and are considering that, don't forget to make sure you include those gifts, especially this time, because some of our missionaries are having some extra expenses and some extra struggles during this time. Well, I think we are about ready. Hi, Tim. Hi, Mark. It's good to see everybody. So everybody's saying hi to each other. Well, here we go. We are now reaching a phase where we can talk about reopening, getting back to being gathered together, not just spiritually, but in person. And we are pleased to announce that we will begin holding Sunday morning services on May the 24th. May the 24th, we will have our first gathering together of folks since March 19th. Now, there's going to be some things that are going to be different as we get started here, and we do have a long-range plan of how we're going to bring things back a little by little as we keep going. So just be patient with us, because all I'm going to talk about today, for the most part, is how things are going to look when we get together on May 24th. We'll continue to have our 10:25 kind of pre-worship time, followed by a 10:30 morning worship service, which will look somewhat unusual to you. Let me just kind of go down a list here of things that we've done and we're doing to help you. And if you have questions along the way, I'm going to do my best to answer them. Pastor Dave and Pastor Steve are both on, so they can help me out with that. We are going to do our best to ask you to continue some strict social distancing. Do your best with that. They've asked us to continue to stay about 6 feet apart. That makes life difficult. We are encouraging you to wear masks in the foyer area of the church. You may take them off once you are in the sanctuary if you would like. If you feel more comfortable having it on the whole service, that is completely your choice. But we're trying to think through a few things. As you come through the into the foyer or arrive, you'll notice a couple things different. One thing is our ushers won't be opening the door, or you won't be opening the door. We're going to prop those doors open for you to have access. In the event of bad weather, we will have just one greeter hold the door open, and that way there's only one person touching the door handle, which has already been cleaned, and all the building has been sanitized. All of our chairs have had bacterial barriers added to them. Michael's done a great job cleaning the building and making sure everything is up to speed with that. Another thing as you come into the foyer that'll be a little bit different is we won't be shaking hands. Again, during this time as we're rolling things out, we're trying to be as smart as we can and do our best. So we won't be shaking hands and giving hugs. And though many of you, I'm sure, would love to do that, I know I would. I still forget sometimes and begin to extend my hand out to people. As we get going along the way, as with that, we won't be handing out bulletins or prayer bulletins for you. They'll be available for those that wish to have them, but we won't be handing them out. And then as you go into the sanctuary, you're going to notice that things look quite different. We have removed every other row of chairs and extended back into the overflow area, back into the gym area. And we're going to encourage you to sit together as families, and your families need to be separated by about 3 chairs or more in between family groups as you're seated together throughout the building. It's going to feel weird. It's going to look weird, but we'll get through this together. So as you come in, you'll be able to find a spot, and you and your family will sit together, and you hear the word family. We will have no kids' church or a staffed nursery. Nursery would be available for those that might need it, but you'll have to take care of whatever those needs are on your own versus having a staff nursery person available there. You'll notice that a lot of the building will not be available to you. So the back hallways and all the rooms will be shut up, and that's because we don't want to have to clean them again. We're cleaning, disinfecting, getting things ready for when we can open up. So don't be surprised. If you need something, ask. Let us know what your needs are. We want to be a part of that. So as you come into the sanctuary, you'll experience a semi-normal service with a couple modifications. One, we won't pass an offering plate. What you will find is a spot just between the two double doors of the front entrance. There'll be the table that is there is being modified, and you'll be able to slide your giving envelopes into there. It'll be in a box, and you just slide that in, and we'll disinfect that table after the service has begun, before it's begun, and after it's over. So we're taking care of that to help you out. We again need to continue being faithful in our giving, and you guys have done such a great job. You can continue sending it by mail. You can drop it off. You can do it electronically from your bank, have it transferred to us. All those are still options, but as far as a physical offering plate being passed, that won't be the case. You'll be able to use the offering box. Another change that doesn't affect us every week, but does affect us once a month, is communion. We will only have communion online for a while. So probably what it's going to look like in the month of June will be a Wednesday night communion service. It'll be online just like we have for the last couple of Sundays that we've done it. And so we'll be able to help, and you'll be able to help us out with that as well. You'll also notice in our worship service that there won't be a choir. As much as I desperately would long to hear the choir and to have them back, and I'm sure many of you are already prepared to do that, we're going to have to hold off just a little bit on those things. Obviously, those of you who are feeling sick or under the weather, have a fever, just like normal, feel like it's almost overkill to even stay it. But please stay home. Be mindful of others around you. We also want to let you know that we're going to continue our online live broadcasts. This is going to become a permanent feature for us. We've been working, getting some technology together, and we're almost there. And so we're grateful for that. But this is going to enable us to continue our live service for those who are more vulnerable, those who are perhaps more cautious in getting back together. And even after we're, quote unquote, back to whatever the new normal is going to be, it's going to be an outreach to our community and to some of your family and friends have been watching. I know mine has. And then also for those who are shut in or unable to be here because of some health thing, you'll be able to log on online and be able to participate. So that's going to continue. That'll be a permanent feature for us. Again, we want to let you know that the whole building has been cleaned. It's been sanitized. We've wiped everything down. You'll find additional sanitizer stations throughout the area. I encourage you to utilize those as much as you feel necessary. We're doing this together. It's new to all of us. It's uncomfortable. Not all of us are in agreement. We're just doing our best to be a good testimony to each other and to our community. And then as we begin to phase new things in, for example, at least for the next couple of weeks, we'll only have a Sunday morning service. We'll be adding services and ministries as we go along. So we're going to progress together the best that we can in that journey. I'm excited to get you all back in the building. I'm excited to see you all. I know some of you may be saying, well, I'm just not ready, Pastor. I don't think I can do that. That's great. We understand. We want you to feel safe. We want you to feel comfortable. And that's why we're continuing the online ministry as well. You will be able to continue to participate. We will minister to your needs if you just let us know. And just a quick comment on that. If y'all need something, please let us know. Call one of the pastors, call the elders, call a deacon. Let us know what your needs are. We are standing ready to stand with you and to walk with you and help you out. You need groceries, shopping done, need somebody to take you somewhere. If for some reason finances are an issue for you, let us know. We'll do what we can to come alongside you. We want to help you out. We want to continue to be the church just as if we were gathering together. And I want to encourage you to continue calling and checking on each other, especially as we come back together. Maybe you see folks who aren't here. We want you to continue to reach out to them. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Let them know you're praying for them. And together we're going to meet. We'll have a normal church service within those parameters of what this normal looks like. And then at the end of the service, it's going to look a little different yet. The end of the service is going to be dismissed by rows. So instead of having just everybody get up and leave at once, we're going to dismiss by rows. You might think of it a little bit like at the end of a wedding, the bride and groom come and dismiss the rows or something to that effect. But we're going to dismiss by rows. And that will enable us not to have a huge bottleneck out in the foyer. We want to encourage you to, if you want to stand around and chat, do that outside, if you would. And then together, we're going to figure this thing out. Well, I feel like I've been talking forever. I guess I've only been talking for about 12 minutes on this topic. So I want to give you a chance to ask any questions that you have. It's fair game. So you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, whatever questions you have regarding how we're getting started opening up. Again, our plan is May 24th. I know some of you joined a little bit later. May 24th, we will have one service at 10:30, and things are going to look a little different for a while. The whole world looks a little different, doesn't it? But I'm just excited to get you all back in the building. It's been good being able to preach to my family and the Murphy family as we've been doing electronics and doing the live stream, but I can't wait to see more of your faces. And so as we gather back together, I'm excited to see you. So May 24th at 10:30, we will gather together with all those different things that I just shared with you. We do have a long-range plan on how this is all going to roll out, but you'll just have to be a little patient with us. Give us a couple weeks to finalize a few things on how that's going to look. We'll continue having Sunday school online. We'll continue having youth group online. So all of those things are going to continue online, except for the 10:30 Sunday service. So I'm just watching to see if there are any questions. I'm not going to keep you long. I wanted to keep it somewhat short. I'm looking over my checklist to make sure I covered everything. I think I did. So do you all have any questions? How are we going to approach a visitor that attends? We'll do our best to welcome them within those parameters. We want to let them know if they're coming in. We'll tell them that we're glad to see them, that things might look a little different than our normal worship services, but we'll help them find a spot to sit. Encourage you, if you see an unfamiliar face, to talk to that person. You can talk to somebody. We've been doing it at Walmart and everywhere else, 6 foot apart. So there's a possibility of being able to do that. Hope that answers your question, Tabitha. Other questions? Tim, whether you get your usual seat or not. Actually, I don't think your row exists anymore, Tim. You're going to have to find a new place to sit. And by all means, Tabitha's question is a great question, but invite your friends. People are going to be a little bit more open right now. They want some encouragement. They want to gather together with something. And we're excited to be able to offer that for our community. We've had some people joining us on our YouTube live services that are from the community, some of your friends, family, great. We'd love to have them. The whole world has gotten used to doing this social distancing thing, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Any other questions that you might have? Thanks for taking time out of your day to join me on a short notice. This video will be available on our YouTube channel. So that'll be available if you want to direct other people. If somebody asks you what we're doing and when we're opening up, please direct them to this feed. I think it replays. I've never done a Facebook Live before, so new thing for me. I think it replays again as well for a period of time. We're excited to have our kids back together. I mean, it's going to be different having kids in the sanctuary together. And guess what? We're going to do it together. We'll do what we can to minister to those of you who have younger kids. And I've got a couple ideas running around the back of my head to encourage them, to give them. But we're all just going to be patient with each other. Baby starts crying, we'll let it cry.
Jenny Wagner had a question on Facebook. I'm glad to see group coming back together, but how does it help to wear masks in entry but not in the sanctuary?
The question came in about masks in the sanctuary. Why is it only in the foyer and not in the sanctuary to wear masks? It's just in that tighter grouping area. We've been doing research and listening to some experts along the way. Some are encouraging masks to continue to be worn even into the sanctuary area. Again, if that's something you are comfortable with and you would like to do that, nobody's going to be looking cross-eyed at anybody over these things. So we'll do our part together. It's basically in the higher congested area where we might have more people, particularly at the beginning of the service. We're going to probably be closer than 6 foot between each other during that time. And so by wearing masks in the foyer, it kind of helps that congested area on the way out. That's the thought process behind that. Linda, the number of people who can gather, we feel that we'll be able to get almost everybody. If everybody showed up, the entire church body, we would still be able to be within our occupancy recommendations. There's no necessarily law for us to follow. We've been abiding by recommendations as churches. We want to give a good testimony, and so we're doing our best to say within that. We're all the way back into the gym area by taking out every other row. It's going to look interesting, and we'll see how it goes. If we need to add a service, we'll do it. I'd love to have that problem. That would be an awesome problem to have. So we'll do our best for that. Thanks for asking that question, Linda. Any other questions? I know you're all just excited to get back together. Me too. And listen, again, if you are fitting in that category where you are a more vulnerable person, whether it be by age or by health compromised, please, we understand. We want you to do what's best for you. We want you to be healthy, and we want you to take care of yourself. And so use your own discretion on that. Let's see. Is there going to be singing? We've looked at some research on that, and we are planning on singing. The distance between the chairs is a little bit more than 6 feet, but pretty close as far as just sitting around. And yes, I'm aware that there are some studies that say it might project it further, but at least at this point, we're using our best discretion and research that we found. I've read articles going both ways. So at this point, we are going to have congregational singing. And if we find other information, we can always reevaluate any of this at any time. It's new. We've got a blank slate to work with here. But yes, we are planning on singing, and so I hope that answers that question. Any other questions that you might have? My plan was to go no more than a half hour, so I've got 5 minutes. We will be working on getting the praise team rotation back up, Tabitha. For those that are comfortable and ready to do that, we would love to have folks back involved in singing. And we've talked about how to take extra precautions in microphones and things like that. So yeah, we're ready to prepare to let people back into ministry, if I can use that term, in those areas that we can. Great question. My hopes are within a week or two, we'll give you the whole plan and you can see how that's going to roll out as far as when we can start each new phase. Probably the next phase after our Sunday morning service, we will add a Wednesday night service. That's just a guess at this point, but that's the plan. Our problem is we're being told that we need to clean pretty extensively in between services. And so the more services we have, the harder it gets, the more volunteers we would need, the more cleaning that would need to be done. I've already talked with Michael, and he's okay with us. Even if we had the Sunday morning to Wednesday night, he can get it re-cleaned back up. Again, we've had all the carpets. The carpets have all been cleaned. All the chairs have been sprayed down. Every hard surface has been vacuumed and cleaned and washed, and we always keep our building clean, but we've gone a little bit above and beyond. And then, of course, we're adding additional hand sanitizing stations. And so those will be available for you as well. If you are, as you look around and you see things get going and you have an idea or a question or a recommendation, let us know. Again, we're just doing our best to lead forward. I know that not everybody is going to be ready to come back. I wish that we were, but I know that we're not. And I'll continue to love and care and minister to you, whether you're here or you're watching us at home, because we want to, we got to do this thing together. This is all new for us. But I just think the possibility with the state beginning to open up more and more, everybody's got a sense of hope, perhaps back. We've had hope all along that God knows what he's doing, and God's got this under control, and he's taking care of us, and we can trust him, but we're trying to be smart too. He's given us a brain, and we're trying to use it. Any other questions? Got about 2 minutes before I log us off and let you guys get back to your day. Thanks for joining me, everybody. There's several people on YouTube. I can't even count how many are on Facebook. So we got a good representation. We've had really good attendance in our services on Sunday morning and Wednesday night. Our live broadcasts, youth group has been going good. Our small group, Sunday school discipleship groups they've been going great. So we've been meeting together. It's just online and not up in close in person. It'll just be good to see your smiling faces. I'm double checking my list. I think I hit everything on my list to let you know. Something you might think about is with the offering, the table there that will have the slot for you to put your offering envelopes into. Some of you might want to think about doing it on the way in and others on the way out. We'll just have to navigate that the best we can together. There's no really good way to do that without mounting several things to walls and things. So this is the best plan that we have for that. And again, you can still mail us your tithes and offerings. You can drop them off. Again, you can do bank transfers and things like that. If you have questions about giving, just let us know, and we'll do our best to help you out. Any last minute questions? According to my clock on my wall, it is almost 1:30, about 30 seconds. Any other questions? And if you think of a question this afternoon, you say, I got a question I didn't think of while we were online, send me an email, call me, text me. I'll do what I can to answer it back. Pastor Dave and Pastor Steve we're all on the same page. So, you're going to get the same answer from all of us. So if we don't know or we're not sure, we'll bounce our heads together and figure it out for you. Our elder team is aware of things that are going on, and we talked through this a little bit with the elder and deacons. And so we're in a plan together. Last call for questions, and then I'm going to end this. All right. I love you all. I cannot wait to see you. We will do our best to minister to and with you. Let me have a word of prayer for you that joined us today. And again, if you have further questions, concerns, please let us know what those are, and we'll do our best. God, I thank you so much for the opportunity to get back together. I pray that we are being wise and we're using a good judgment call as we are coming back together. I pray for those that may be more vulnerable or their immune system's compromised in some way. God, they've been shut up pretty tight for some of them, and I'm sure it's been a little bit more difficult. God, I pray that you would minister them, encourage them, allow us to be an encouragement and minister them in ways that would be a blessing to you and to them. We pray that as we gather back together, that it'll be a sweet time. You've designed us for community. You created us to spend time together, and we're looking forward to that. And we praise you and we thank you for the folks here at First Baptist and how gracious and loving that they've been towards one another. And now, God, help us as we move into this next phase, that we would honor and glorify you while respecting our authorities and respecting and honoring one another. Pray your blessing now as we go into the rest of our day. We pray in Christ's name. Amen. All right.